everyone, I'm Miss Willow, a fantasy artist, millipede mom, and all things dragon explorer. I've been making paper dragon hand puppets for a while now, and even having the joy of selling them to the public, which I'm extremely proud of. So before I dive into making this dragon puppet, I'll share my small business in the description. That's the best way to support me as an artist. But without further ado, I will be showing you how I make my dragon puppets. I have plenty of dragon drawing and tip tutorials on my channel, so I won't be showing the details of how to draw a dragon in style, but the hardy stuff instead. First, I use cardstock paper, a thick paper which holds its stiffness well. Normal printer paper I find bends all over when making a larger dragon this way. For me personally. It can come in the same size as a regular paper too. Imagine index cards. First, I draw out the top facial segment of the dragon, and for space's sake, I leave out the ears and horns. The bottom jaw is necessary to draw separate as it will be cut out separately. I trace the drawing with fine liner pen, and on another paper draw spaced the bottom jaw, accessories if any, ears and horns, basically the features that won't fit onto the first paper. Keep in mind, the bigger these attachments are, the more the final piece will flop around and be less stable. I will be making another video soon with a slightly smaller dragon to avoid this more, while still being full-sized and not a finger puppet. The coloring is both my favorite and least favorite part of the process. I color with colored pencils as they can be cheap, blend nicely, and give the user more control in my opinion. Markers, you can easily have accidents, have it bleed, and although the colors are bright and full, I personally enjoy the imperfect look of a handmade creation. Soup was good! I made way too much though, filled 3 giant containers! I continue the coloring. I find with large-scale drawings such as this, I cannot go far ahead with one step, leaving the other unfinished. I get overwhelmed by it and tend to abandon my projects. I've helped myself through this troubling by working simultaneously on both dragon sides, so that one piece isn't completely done before the other, and then I won't look at it and go, oh man, look at that, I haven't even started, and then abandon the project. I have not seen people mention this before, so I wonder if any of you have this problem with your art. Does seeing a big unfinished portion discourage or dishearten you? And how do you overcome this feeling? I'm trying to find my own ways too. Coloring is finally coming to resolution as I begin working on the accenting colors of the horns and ears. I worked so much color into this dragon that my colored pencils were running low. I cannot stand when markers will start to dry out while you're using one. It's a mystery when it will happen, and I can clearly see how and when I should start being careful of my pencils. If one becomes a fallen soldier, I can blend 2 others to make a similar enough color pretty easily. That is another pro in my opinion. I really like colored pencils. You will probably hear me say this so many times and talk about it so many minutes. How I get the same image facing the other way is because one would flip it over and have another paper behind it, and then trace using a light box for art. Sometimes I'm steady enough and hold it up to the light of the window and gently draw with pencil again to then fine line it. Here is the cut out pieces placed together. I really enjoy this step because I can play around with the motions of it and just generally get a basis of how I want the creature to move, where I want to position the horns and ears, and any accessories if you choose to have any. And it's just really fun too. Now for the base. This is the part that I think many people will get stumped on, and there's many ways of doing this. I personally cut out a single piece of paper of a diamond shape and reinforced the middle with tape. I then cut little strips of cardboard paper along the side of it. I'm making sure to use cardboard paper so that it's a little tougher and will work better. And on one side I will tape them to the diamond shape. And eventually I will get to taping the little middles together so that they form a triangle. And you can pause, you can slow the video down and see how I do that. And then I cut out, again, little strips for the finger rings. I tape them on the same side, and then I go ahead and stick them on the inside of the dragon puppet base. I like to put the tape slightly on the walls and adjust according to the size of the hand, but here you could use a full hand, or if you have larger hands, you could use some fingers, and it would still move. So, same piece, one piece for the inside, and I start the assembly. I double-side some tape and fold it to stick the face pieces onto the flat sides of the base, then to add more as I need to reinforce the dragon. I add the accessory parts on, and off camera, to fix some of the floppiness, I adjust some tape to hold it straighter together. As you can see, I like to put the bottom jaw either under or above the top cheek. Depending on how big the base is and the shape of it, it might work better either way. If you have any questions, please let me know and I'll do what I can to help. This is my final piece and currently is for sale on my Etsy shop, which I have linked. You can also become a patron and get cool benefits, some possibly giving deals on my puppets. I'm so proud of how this dragon turned out, and I hope you like him too. Stay tuned for more dragon hand puppets in the future. Let me know in the comments if there's anything you want to see. And I am working currently on a smaller and easily manageable creature. Have a wonderful day, and please stay happy. Enjoy the rest of your day. Every day is amazing. Have a good one, guys, and I'll see you next time.